So, with no further introductions, I wanted to bring in and introduce to one of the most success students that we have, Miss Jeanette Tunstall.
Hi.
Welcome.
How are you?
I am well,
good to
thank
see
you. I know. I have never seen you. We were just communicating over the phone, and with all these obstacles going on, I am so happy and I'm so glad that you are able to come in with us today.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, no, thank you. And the reason is because I wanted to showcase you and have you share with us your experience, because so many of the members in here are starting out late, and also starting out late in as far as just coming into the lash extension industry, as well as late being age-wise. So I think you had it all. So let's have you introduce yourself, and we'll take it from here.
Okay, so my name is Janet Tunstall. I'm from a small town up north in New York. It's called Watertown. So when people say or think of New York, they think of the city, and I'm actually closer to Canada. I'm 45 minutes from Canada. So it's a very small town, and I really wanted to get into doing lashes. This has been a thought of mine for honestly about 3 years. But every time I looked into doing a course, all of the courses offered were not even within driving distance. It was it's going to be a
driving distance. That's so funny. The first time I hear that word.
Yeah, it wasn't. They were hours away from me, and so COVID hit, and I really, you're sitting in your house and you're kind of thinking, what can I do? I want to continue to grow. I want to continue to do my best. And I'd been on Instagram and I'd been on Facebook, and your ad came up on both.
Oh.
And, it was a great time. What else do you have to do? It's a great time to learn and, better yourself. So I decided that I was going to take the class. It was a Saturday and Sunday online training. Actually, I think it was Sunday, Monday. It doesn't matter, but
yeah. 2 days. There were 2 days.
Yeah, but it was 2 days. And so, I took the class, and I struggled. I'm not even, I don't use my left hand. And I've often said that the left hand for me is decoration only. It helps me tie my shoe.
Exactly.
But, so learning to hold those tweezers in my left hand to isolate was like using a muscle I had never used before. My hand literally would shake. But I didn't want that to be the reason why I stopped. And so every night, honest to goodness, I would go up to, I have a little room upstairs, and I'd go in and I would isolate myself for an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, and I would just practice. And I would practice everything that we did in class. I would, practice holding the tweezers. And then it became, I want every lash that I put on to look better than the last lash. That became my mindset, is I want it to look better and better each time. And there's been a lot of people that go, do you have to place a lash on each lash, natural lash? And I say, yeah. And they're like, that's got to be tedious. And I said to them, okay, golf is tedious to me. You're chasing a ball. You're trying to put a ball in a hole. That's tedious to me. I love this. This, along with the fact that every client and every client's needs are individual. You're not doing the same thing, whether it's a different look, whether you've got people with fine, thin lashes, whether you've got a person who wants, you know, a really dramatic look. And it finally, about May, when I had done some practice people, models,
Right.
and I'm like, this is my thing. This is my thing. I enjoy it and I love it.
You found your love.
Yeah, I really did.
What was the problem that prior you coming into finding our academy? What was your problem before?
I would say location. I mean, because I do live in a place where it's considered rural. The closest place to go was hours away. It might have been 4 hours away. It would have been, you know, an overnight thing.
Yeah.
You know, so you're not just paying for the class, but then you're having to pay, you know, gas, tolls, food, hotel, because you're not going to drive 4 hours, go to a class and be at your best.
Yeah.
You know, you need to have more time, and time was a thing.
Right.
When your job is to hustle and make money as a cosmetologist, taking 3 days or 2 days to go to a class, that's money out of my pocket.
Yeah. You were, you mentioned that you were a hairstylist before, and I know you've been doing it since, 10 years or more. And do you find, you know, getting lash extensions in as your new supplement income? Was that going to help you in any way?
Listen, my lash business now is better than my hair business.
Your hair. Wow. That's amazing.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it.
I have so many people that I do lashes. Listen, when I started this, I needed to build a clientele, and not every hair customer or client was a fit for lashes. So when I started getting lash clients, I started giving them refer a friend cards.
Yeah.
And
just like we talked about, huh?
Yeah, we do. I did a ton of, still do, with every new client. I give them a refer a friend, which, you know, helps entice both the person who's referring and the referral. So, and now it's gotten to the point where I would say out of we'll use a 5 day week, regardless of what days they are. I would say 3 to 4 days are lashes, and then I do like a day and a half of hair.
Wow, that's amazing, because I do talk about this, how just the other day I made a video, and we talk about how is it to build your clientele so quick. Like 80%, you're gonna make 80% more than what you make now is just by referrals, right?
Yep,
you have two clients, and then you ask the two clients to refer you to someone else. That's amazing.
Absolutely.
And you are the testimonial. I mean, it works for you. I'm pretty sure.
Yes. And you know, you and I had the conversation at one point as well, where the overhead on lashes is so much less than what you're paying for your products and hair. So, you know, it's paying for itself.
Right. Yeah. So that's my goal here, is to be able to introduce a lot of different members, people here, new or old, that, you know, lashes right now is the way to go, and then you can incorporate everything else under it. You still keep your old clients. There's nothing wrong with that. And then you just because for me, my hair, I haven't been back to my stylist for like 4 or 5 months now.
Right.
and you know, being you waiting for someone to come back to do hair, even haircut, it's not possible. You're not able
Right.
to bring in that much. So that's great. So I understand, you know, you've been searching for different courses out there, for different academy out there. What made you decided to hop on with us? I mean, how do we stand out?
Well, I will tell you, I think, to me, the support that I receive from you, what stuck out as far as the ad, I can't remember, to be honest. But what I can tell you, and this is the truth, is that there has not been one question or email or message that has gone unanswered if I have a question. So the support that I receive from you and the academy, because you know, you take your course doesn't mean you're an expert. You still have questions. You still have, you know, you still need help and guidance. And there's never been a time where I haven't received that guidance. And I think that's what sticks out the most for me, you know, now, is that I couldn't ask for a better support system.
You know, thank you for that. And I think with our you know, slogan, your success is our priority. For me, right now is not the like, oh, okay, I want to enroll, I want enrollment. That's not the whole point. The whole point is that if I'm success and I was able to bring you in and make your life better, and that's my success. You know, and it feels rewarding, and I'm pretty sure, you know, one day maybe you yourself be, you know, well enough where you can, okay, I'm ready to give out to someone else. You know, it's
absolutely, and I hope to be.
Yeah, I think you have that intention. I talk to you, and I think most of the people that I touch have the same intentions, and we all trying to make a big difference here. We leave the world with something, you know, to impress about, and that's money is not it, and I know that.
Absolutely,
money is not it. So you mentioned that because was the course, was the modules made it clear where you can easily follow? Was it
absolutely,
you know?
Absolutely. It was step by step. We had, of course, the printouts that you can, you know, print off your printer, but then the video of the that you had done to show, you know, step by step how to dip the lash, how to hold the tweezers. That is such an important, you know, thing.
Yeah.
And you know, I'm a visual learner. I'm not going to look at you know, directions and read them and be able to comprehend them. So having that video or that live with you, and having you show us exactly how it needs to be done. But it didn't stop there. You know, it was when I think I joked with you at the point, but when we had to, part of the course, in order to get your certification, you have to be able to do wispies.
Yeah.
And that was a struggle. And I sat there and you had sent me a video, you know, showing me exactly how to do it. And I would sit there and I would replay it and replay it and replay it until I could do it.
Yeah.
And so, you know, it's the hands-on help. It's the videos of, you know, and I would stop and I would look at how you're holding the tweezers and where you're grabbing the lashes. And, you know, those are the things that, even if you're in a class and you have somebody standing with you and helping you, I could play that video over and over and over until I got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have told many students because a lot of audience out there, members out there, they were a little bit reluctant on taking online courses. Even me,
Yeah.
you know, if I need to do something more serious, more, you know, has something to do with the skincare. Let's just say even, you know, fibroblasts or microblading. I'm a little reluctant because I say, you know, it's an invasive procedures. But I cannot believe with this one here is that I have a lot of feedback saying that the video was very clear.
Yes.
And the student actually took it and then coming into on locations. And they said, oh my God, when coming into on location, I'm only allowed a certain days and time. I'm here and off, I'm go.
Done.
But with the video, you can always replay over and over again.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I was going to touch on something that you just said, and it's left me, but
about invasive, you know, taking online, different online courses and all that.
Yes. So I tell everybody, you know, especially a new client, and if I get asked, you know, how did you get certified? Well, I took an online class, and you know, if there's ever any question about it, I say to them, listen, I don't want you to think that just because this was an online class, that this wasn't hard. This was no joke. I said there were steps I had to follow. There were pictures I had to take. There were videos I had to send. I get critiqued. I still send pictures in for critique. I get guidance all of the way as to how to make it better. I said, so just because it's online doesn't mean you just get certified. Like they're not going to just hand out certificates.
Yeah.
So
no, we don't. So I make sure that you're able to perform because in the past I have seen so many mistake and botch work from different students who came to me and work as a staff, and I say, oh no, where did you get this trend from? So
but at the end of the day, and I this is one of the things that I say to my clients when they come in, and I think you probably feel the same way. That's my name out there. You know, I want people to look at somebody's lashes and say, oh my gosh, who did your lashes? I love them. I never want somebody to say, oh my God, you know, like,
who's that? Is that?
Yeah. And I think, you know, especially when you're providing something like the education for this, you want to be, you know, you're proud of that, and you want people to go, oh, I need to go there. That's where I need to be.
Right. And I stand by my word, and not just because, you know, I wanted to be a perfectionist, but that's besides the point. The point is that you have made an investment, and you wanted to be success, right?
Right.
And who would not out there not allowing the opportunity for someone who is desperately wanted to be successful at what they're doing?
Right.
So, and I think overall, you know, you've taken every steps that we, recommend. And I tell other students, it's not easy, and as what you think, it's not easy as well. It's not easy. It's not like a joke. It's a serious business for someone who seriously wanted to come in and making money right away.
Yes.
So it's not hard. And it's not easy. It's how bad you want it.
Exactly.
It's how bad you want it. If you want it that bad, you make investment. You make your time. And I think the amount of monetary investment that you put in is non-comparable to what the amount of revenues you bring in, right?
Listen, I don't remember off the top of my head what I paid for the course, but I can tell you that the course has paid for itself over and over at this point.
Right. So the result of completing and implementing, you know, the program, tell me about your outcome. Has it made your income? You just mentioned it a little bit briefly. If you can go into a little bit details, and how much it helped you during this social distancing as far as income.
Absolutely. This has allowed me to have a little bit of room to breathe. Now I know, let's see, we opened in June and we didn't get shut down again. So I've been able to do lashes since middle of June, we'll say. And it has allowed me to, you know, pay my bills, get back on my feet from being quarantined and not having the work. It's allowed me to, you know, invest further in myself, because I don't think that you should ever stop doing that. Especially when you're in a field like cosmetology, lashes, microblading, you're always learning. And in order to stay on your A game, you need to invest in yourself. It's also allowed me to slowly start to, as far as my business, get things, not just that I need, but more of a want, you know. I have a small stock now of things that I can sell. And I'm not going into debt for any of this stuff. This is stuff that I'm using the income that I've gained and been able to slowly add on. And so my goal is not to just stop at myself. I want my business to grow to the point where I can't get people in and I need somebody else to help me. So little by little, I'm starting to do that. You know, like I said, whether it was, I started in a salon where I shared a room, and then that wasn't very convenient. You have to make your appointments around somebody else's appointments, and that wasn't working. So I decided to fix that. And since then, you know, I have my own space, and you know, just in the time, let me just back up a little bit, because just in the time that I did have to share that room, that lash room, I was able to do enough where I could go ahead and get my bed for my client to lay on, and a large light so that I could see, and you know, some further inventory, and you know, so now my game is I've got everything I need. Now let's start bringing things in that the client needs for aftercare, you know, and have that available to them. So I'm trying to do it very smart. I'm like I said, I've not had to go into debt for any of that. This is money that I've made just in the amount of time I've been doing lashes.
I remember when you had reached out to me at that primitive point of your career, your last career, which is not too long ago, probably a couple months ago or 3 months ago. And I share with you, you know, our academy is not only do training, we supplies, we service. So when we mentioned to you, you know, all the products that you receive in your kit, we're able to do private labels, we're able to do, you know, small wholesalings to just for you to start out. You buy a little bit and you resell and you introduce your clients. And that's another additional avenues that you can earn to support your income. So, and you did just that, and I'm so amazed. I am so amazed that you take down and write down and implement it every single things that we suggest. Because
absolutely, it works.
And it works because it works for us. It must be work for you. So we wanna give that to you, and obviously, lo and behold, it worked for you.
Yes. Listen, you know, people just need to, if you're going to invest in this, listen to Tanya. She kind of knows what she's doing. She's done it.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And by the way, guys, if you're in here with me right now, if you can please go ahead and share this whole live video, because I know a lot of you out there still in questions, still wondering, oh my gosh, I don't know, should I go into this or not? And today, with Jeanette is with us, it's the live testimonial that it is working, and it has changed a lot of lives, and especially with Jeanette here. And we're here just to be able to help you, giving you, lending you a helping hand to move your career forward, whether you are new to this or whether you are an existing, even hairstylist like Jeanette here. So Jeanette, the last thing is that I understand that it had helped you, but I guess has it changed your life?
What's changed, honestly, is I don't mind going to work. I love what I do. Prior to learning lashes, I did, just hair. And I might, on an average day with hair, 10 to 5. And now I'm going in earlier. I'm going in probably at 9 a.m. And there are nights that I don't leave until 8 or 8:30. And I have no problem with that, because I'm not afraid to put the effort into what I want. And I'm, it all comes down to how bad you want it and how bad how much you're willing to put into it. Yeah. And right now, this is what I want. I left, I guess one of the things that we should kind of address is that cosmetology for me has been more of a part-time love. I always did have a full-time job on top of cosmetology.
I know. Tell me about that too.
So I had always worked mainly in banking to have my benefits and all of that. So I did cosmetology at night. I did cosmetology on weekends. And when, we had a meeting one day, and we were going over goals within the bank. And I sat there and I thought to myself, why am I, no offense, but why am I making goals for a bank? I should be making goals for myself. And I had decided that once we could go back to work after quarantine, that I was going to go full time. And I didn't have a plan B. This was a sink or swim. And
nobody knows.
You don't. It's a gamble. But it was one I was willing to take, because I wanted to finally, wake up and love what I do, which I do. I wanted to wake up and be excited about going to work, which I do. I wanted to just be passionate about something that I'm doing. You go through your day every day going to work for somebody else and making them money, or, taking care of their goals, and to finally sit down and be able to come up with my own goals and what I want to accomplish for myself, and just do it. It's a gamble, but it was one well worth it for me, and I would do it again in a heartbeat.
I'm glad you mentioned about that you're not starting out as a cosmetologist, you are a banker. And I understand a lot of people out here, our members, are not hairstylists or an esthetician.
Right.
They're starting out in different field, and because of COVID happened, it changed completely how
Yep.
you view life. Life can throw
Absolutely.
you off in a second, right?
Yes,
And you're gonna have to
absolutely.
deal with it. And so, for us to be able to come up with quick strategies and say, hey, you know what? I know something that you didn't know because this thing works. And I wanted to bring it out, and I want to give out to everybody out there who needs the opportunity. And so
Yes.
by doing just that, hopefully one of you out there had made it, follow it, implement it, and be success at it, and that's enough, you know.
Yep.
And so, and I think down the line is that how bad you want it and how you want to make your journey in life. And I'm so glad you found your journey, as I did.
Thank you.
As I did 15 years ago. So
Yes.
we talked about, I'm going to get a little sidetracked a little bit. You did talk about cosmetologists. In my last video, I had mentioned I had differentiate between license and permit. And I just want you all to know a lot of the states out there required you to be either aesthetic or esthetician
Yes.
or a cosmetologist to perform these services, okay?
Yes.
So
It is
if you're
important.
interested in something like this, please look into your local state board of cosmetology and find out what hours needed, what requirements are in order to service this. And you lucky, Miss Jeanette Tunstall, that you have had it all. So
I
the
have.
hours, it can range from 600 to maybe 1,000. I have seen states require 800 or 1,000 hours to get this license, correct? And I know you're in New York. And
Yes, New York is 1,000 hours.
there you go. Okay, I'm so
yes.
glad you verified that, because I know Miss Maria came on with me yesterday, and I had put in on board 800 to 1,000 hours. And so an average, guys, an average is from 600 to 1,000 hours to required for an aesthetic as well as the cosmetologist. And
Yes.
giving you here today, I'm so glad as well. And one thing I want to mention, okay, because I just looked up, you paid I think $550 for our whole comprehensive bundle course. That's including basic, hybrid, volume, and lash lift course without
Right.
the kit. This including the professional kit as well.
Yes.
And guess what, guys? I know because of what's going on, because we think COVID's gonna be ended, but guess what? California, we're still under under the moon. We're not even allowed yet. Aesthetic, as far as nails and esthetician, we're not even allowed to work yet. So I know it's hard. I know it's a very, very difficult times. So we're putting together a program coming up, Miss Jeanette, and I know you'll be happy as well for those who just able to come in. This Sunday, we're going to have a live webinar again, a live training.
Ooh.
So you're gonna tell your friends, and
Yes.
come on in. We need sign up. You need to sign up. It's free, and we have a special gift for everyone who is coming into this Sunday. It's going to be September 13th, 2 EST, 2 your time, okay, 2 p.m. your time, 11 o'clock our time. It's a whole day training. So if you have a friend, you can call it in, and with the end of the training, I am sure you're gonna get something special, okay? Miss Jeanette, I am so happy to have you here with me, and I'm happy that you found your journey, and I hope you continue to be a part of our family and be able to go out there and implement and give what you can. So what's your plan for the future?
Well, I'm actually planning a move next year to Utah and looking into their regs. I need to have a little bit more training for lashes. So that's my plan, is to get the hours necessary for their certification there. And I just want to continue to grow. You and I have talked at different points, and I fully see myself in, I don't think I can do it in 5 years, but maybe 6 to 7. I see myself having a lash bar, and I see myself having, employees working with me, for me. And I'm just going to continue to grow.
I know what you're thinking.
Yes. I love what I do.
Okay.
So I want, I don't want to be cliche here, but I want what you want. I want to see other people find that thing that makes them happy, that makes them whole, and want to get up in the morning and love what they do.
Financial freedom, time freedom, you don't have to tie down. And I have talked lengthy about being, multiply yourself, and put yourself away so you can spend your time with your families and your kids. And now, I know you have your kids in Utah. And just the other day, you shared with me, I said, why are you moving to Utah? She go, and you go, what? Because I can be close, going back and forth to your academy.
Yes, I did. I said, I'm going to be closer to you, which means I can come to your academy and do more hands-on training or more time, there. So
you are welcome to.
Thank
okay,
you.
guys. And lastly, mostly, I wanted to thank you again for coming in and give us, and as well as audience here, the members here, who you are, what you become, and what you will be doing. Thank you so much. God bless you.
Thank you.
And have a wonderful, blessed day at work Friday.
Thank you so much.
I will see you next
time. I really
time.
appreciate it. Yes. Take care.
Take care, hon. Okay, guys. Thank you for being here with me today. And you have seen what we have made. One of our success stories from Miss Jeanette there. If she can do it, you can do it. So if you're still in the fence out there and wanted to kind of dip your feet into this industry, you can always reach out to us. You can reach me directly. Our number here is 951-800-8007, or you can log directly into our page, glamourlash.org, and you can find out everything about us. So there you go. You need help, we're here for you. And once again, have a blessed day. I will see you next live, which is coming Monday at 9 o'clock. Thank you. Have a blessed day. Ciao.